Father, who has an IQ of 7, has a beautiful and kind daughter. It was his daughter's 7th birthday when a man from the Child Protection Society came to Sam's house. Not only did Sam, who was determined to surprise his daughter, not care, but he treated him like a friend who had come to celebrate and invited him into the house in a hurry. A young boy did not want to be set up by the mentally handicapped Sam, and just as the two argued, the next moment Lucy pushed her way through the door.
Daddy? You don't have to call me Daddy. She said you're not her real father anyway. She said she was adopted.
Hearing the news, Sam looks sadly at his daughter, but Lucy glances at the person next to her, then turns and runs. It turns out that the people next to her are also from the Child Protection Society, and these people have come to take Lucy away today. They believe that Sam, who has the IQ of a 7-year-old, is not capable of looking after her, and they are taking Sam to court to find a suitable foster home for Lucy. This came as a shock to Sam, when the judge announced that he could only see Lucy once a week. Sam couldn't even fully understand the other side.
Why isn't Lucy going home with me? I want her to go home with me, okay?
In an attempt to regain custody, his friends find a lawyer for him from the newspaper. When she sees this poor, stupid man, the money-obsessed woman doesn't even want to deal with him, but her colleagues cast strange glances, and she decides on the spot to defend Sam, thus reversing her profit-oriented image. Sam was thrilled. Soon it is time for the first visit, and Sam wants to make up for his daughter's birthday cake, but he is too clumsy to catch the bus. On the other hand, the staff kept persuading Lucy that there were still a few minutes to go before your father would not be coming, but her daughter insisted that she was sure her father would turn up.
Daddy?
I'm here! Still little, hi!
The two sit happily chatting inside, while on the other side of the one-way glass are the staff, who are trying to take down the conversations that are not good for Sam. A clever Lucy, however, shouted at the glass.
Did you hear that? I said I didn't want any daddy but him. Why don't you write that down?
On the second visit, Lucy even slipped out on the pretext of going to the toilet. He lied to his dad so he could go to the park, but just before he was about to get out of the car, his daughter was pouting.
It's the only way to be together. We'll start a new life, and they'll never find us.
Sam looked at his daughter with hot tears in his eyes and couldn't say a word. His love for his daughter had long since transcended all of this, and she was no different to him. Lucy lay in his arms, asleep and wishing the car would go on forever, but reality was always harsh, and at 3 a.m. they were discovered by the lawyer, who was furious that this behavior on Sam's part would be seen as kidnapping and thus undoing their efforts. Watching her father being scolded, Lucy rushed up and hugged the lawyer.
It was all my idea. Please don't.